Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Thought today I'd bring a new video because it turns out there's actually a petition rolling around the internet right now on the government website for a general election. I am not making this up. I'll be linking it in the description below, and let's see if we can get this thing over 1 million, because I can tell you right now, ever since Paz49 has put the video out, he said it smashed over 200,000. Well, I've gone on and checked it out, and that shit has already reached around 775,000 and is still rapidly climbing. So, we are looking at a very, very big debate in Parliament, or the Houses of Treachery, whichever you want to call it, with regards to this petition that's going out. Now, sidetracking from that a little bit, it seems like the pain in here has subsided for a bit, but I suspect that might be due to the amount of painkillers that I've taken. But we'll have to see. It might also be that the clove oil, which I'm having to literally dab and smear over my tooth, is actually doing its job. But I can't be certain on that shit. What I can be certain on is that there is a huge number of people who will want Keir the traitor Starmer and his traitor party, I mean the Labour Party, or again, maybe I was right first time, out of office. Because let's face it, these guys have been as much use to us as a chocolate fireguard. All the things they said they'd promised to do, and they've gone back on that faster than the running man from the paedophile allegations. Or is that Philip Schofield or Hugh Edwards? Anyway, they are literally the worst party this country has ever fucking seen over the last, I'd probably say 2,000 years. I know we probably didn't have a parliament back 2,000 years ago, but I guarantee you, Keir the traitor Starmer will be renowned as the traitor party's leader who basically buried his party 6 feet under. Think about it. Rising energy prices, funding war in Ukraine, taking money from the elderly, raising the prices of basically cost of living, because now there's more people coming in, that's going to affect society, and of course because of inflation going up and the council taxes and all the other tax and shit going up, Keir the traitor Starmer is going to drive us into another level of austerity and poverty, almost akin to the poor sods who were in Greece before Brexit. But that's just a few things. I don't think I even need to explain what happened when people were violently attacking the police with their placards saying, "We want answers and we want something done about the child-killing scumbag Adaxel Radakabana." But what do? Rather than push for a hasty trial for the child-murdering scumbag that is Axel Radakabana, what do? They arrested people for such horrendous crimes as posting something on Facebook, such as recording the aftermath of the Southport riots, not even participating in anything, just showing what's happened. And then, of course, the most horrific crime of them all, shouting at police. I've already mentioned the 3 people, the care worker, the 23-year-old care worker who's in for 8 months, the PTSD soldier who's serving 2 years in prison, and I'm pretty sure that's not something that he would want to be serving. I think he'd rather want to serve his people in the army, but I digress. And then, of course, we have Peter Lynch, God rest his soul, who took his own life after being sentenced to jail. But I don't want to go too far into that because it's more about the petition. And the bottom line is, this petition could spell the beginning of the end of the fascist state. This could be the beginning of the end, and we could literally start taking out the trash and serving up a good solid metaphorical beating to the traitor class. But of course the mainstream media won't tell you this, and they won't use this either. Anyway, they won't tell you this. You know the drill, folks. Because say it with me. It doesn't suit the narrative. Keir the Traitor Starmer's days really are truly numbered. But not just Keir the Traitor Starmer. David the Archbishop of Racism, stroke number one, the Archbishop of Racism, Lammy, and of course, Ricky Cutthroat Jones, and, what was his name? Mike Orchbury, or whatever his name is. It's not Stutchbury, because that's one of the Antifa cunts. But I think it was Mike Amesbury, who ended up assaulting a pensioner. And yet none of these guys are facing prison just yet. Yet they could, in weeks or even days, send patriots to prison, when they even said themselves the prisons were fucking full. But it's also going to be an end, as I said, to the establishment as a whole, I think. If we can get decent politicians, if we can get a party that cares for Britain into power, we might finally start laying down the tracks to finally get this train moving again. Because the last thing the British people want, those who have that rare thing called common sense want, is another saboteur, whether it's in the Traitor Party, though I think they're finished at this point, the Conservative Party, who again I think are finished at this point, considering how useless Rishi the Slippery Sunak was. Don't even get me started on the Liberal Democrats. I mean the Democrats. Or maybe I was right first time. And I don't think Nigel Farage is the right answer, to be honest. I mean, sure, he would be a temporary fix. You could all vote for reform if you wanted a pedestrian bet, but don't be surprised if Nigel the phony Farage, ends up turning back on everything and stabbing you in the back, just like the Tories have done. Hell, there was even a secret plan by Farage that was revealed by Liz Truss, that they were planning to basically integrate the Tories into reform and basically turn it into the Tory Party 2.0. So I don't think Nigel Farage is the perfect solution. I think what we really need is UKIP. And I will tell you now, I probably will end up voting UKIP because I don't trust Nigel Farage, especially after the libelous slander that reform have given to ordinary patriots. But we need to all sign this petition right now. I've already done it. I did it before I recorded this shit. So I'm completely clear on that front. I've done it because I have principles. And let's see if we can get a shitload of people more to sign this thing. Put it over 1 million and send Keir the Traitor Starmer a message that we, the British people, are done fucking around.